Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're tackling a massive question in AI. Can a machine actually understand our world? Or is it just getting scarily good at faking it? We're going to dive into what Google DeepMind is up to, their quest to build an AI that does more than just mimic reality, one that actually gets the underlying rules. And believe me, this distinction could change absolutely everything.
We've all seen those incredible AI-generated videos, right? They look so real, it's mind-blowing. But that realism brings up a fascinating question. When an AI makes a video of a ball being thrown, does it have any clue about gravity, momentum, or force? Or is it just an incredibly talented digital artist, basically mimicking what it's seen a million times before without any real understanding?
So to really get what's coming next in the world of AI, we first have to wrap our heads around the difference between the illusion of understanding and the real deal. It really is the fundamental gap between just copying an action and truly knowing why it happens. Let's break that down. Right now, tools like OpenAI's Sora are absolute masters of mimicry. They've been trained on just unimaginable amounts of video data, and they are brilliant, truly brilliant at reproducing the patterns they've learned. What they create looks like a perfect, moving copy of our world.
And this slide really gets to the heart of the matter. On one side, you have generative AI that can create a beautiful video of a baseball pitch simply because it's seen thousands of them. But on the other side, that's the real goal, an AI that actually understands the laws of physics that make that ball fly through the air in the first place.
So here's the bottom line. Today's generative models are phenomenal pattern matchers, but they just don't get the underlying rules. They can't answer why. They have zero concept of physical laws or the simple relationship between cause and effect. They are, in essence, world-class actors who haven't read the script.
And it's exactly this limitation that a new, really ambitious project at Google DeepMind is trying to solve. And what's super interesting is that it's being led by Tim Brooks, one of the key players behind OpenAI's Sora. So in a way, he's now trying to build the very thing that Sora is missing, true understanding.
Their goal is to build what's called a world model. The best way to think of it is as a dynamic virtual sandbox, a true digital twin of our reality. And in this sandbox, the AI wouldn't just be watching from the sidelines. It would be an active participant that genuinely gets the rules of the game, everything from the pull of gravity to the principles of friction.
This quote from Jan LeCun at Meta just nails it. It's all about giving AI the power of foresight, the ability to run simulations in its own mind to predict what will happen next. It's exactly what we do when we look at a puddle and decide whether we can jump over it or if we should just walk around. Okay, so this all sounds incredibly cool, but what's the point? What can you actually do with an AI that understands the world? Well, this isn't just some theory. The goal is to build tools that let us interact with these simulated worlds in real time, and that's going to open up a whole universe of new possibilities.
The objective here is to create technology that doesn't just play back a pre-made video. We're talking about a dynamic world that reacts to what you do, instantly. Just imagine a virtual landscape where you could cause an avalanche just by shouting, or see ripples spread out realistically after you toss a stone into a lake. All of it generated on the fly because the AI understands cause and effect. Now, the roadmap to get there is a multi-step process. First, they have to build these massive, world-simulating models. Then, they have to create the tools for us to actually play around with them in real time. And finally, the ultimate goal is to connect all this physical understanding with the conversational smarts of a large language model like Google's Gemini. And one of the first places we'll see this come to life? You guessed it, video games.
Of course, a technology this transformative is going to have huge effects that go way beyond the virtual world. It's set to have a major impact on our actual world, and that raises some very important questions about jobs, the economy, and the future of creative industries.
The video game industry, for one, is not waiting around. They are an early and, frankly, super enthusiastic adopter. A recent study shows that a staggering 86% of gaming companies are already using generative AI tools in their workflows.
But this rapid adoption comes with some pretty serious consequences. That same study projects that this big push for AI-powered efficiency could lead to a nearly 15% reduction in jobs across the entire gaming industry by as early as 2026. That affects real people in fields like concept art, animation, and quality assurance. And all this brings us to a crucial big-picture question. As we pour all these resources and all this talent into building perfect digital copies of our world, are we focusing on the right problems? It really forces us to ask, should our main goal be to perfectly model this world? Or should we be using these powerful new tools to fundamentally improve the one we actually have to live in?